Hey guys, it's Honk, and today is my birthday. Well, it's not actually today. I'm recording this like 2 days before. But when you're seeing this, it's my birthday, and I'm 21, and I can't believe I'm still alive. Anyways, I've been wanting to do a Meet the Artist for a while, but I had to wait until the end of the year, because that's when my birthday is, and I thought that was the most appropriate time to put this out. And I also am doing a Q&A. I asked my Instagram followers to send me some questions. Okay, I'm gonna start, I guess, with the more personal and random questions. How did you get into Homestuck? I saw a friend post about it, and I didn't care, you know? But then I saw people on Tumblr posting about it, and I was like, oh wait, my friend's into that. Maybe I should get into that. And then I tried to read it, I gave up, and then came back a few months later, and I read it, I finished it, and now I love it. Favorite Homestuck character? Carcat. Opinion and Airden. How did you find out about Steven Universe? When Jailbreak came out and everyone was like losing their shit because of Garnet and the song and whatever. That's when I first saw it and I watched the episode and I got obsessed. And then, yep. Which Steven Universe character inspires you the most? I'd want to be as stable as Garnet one day, or maybe have some change, kind of like Peridot did, because she was a fucking mess, and now she's kind of a mess, but she's a better mess, you know, and I want to get my shit together like her. Tacos or burritos? Tacos, obviously, but only if they're made in Mexico, because the US has those hard shell bullshit things that they call tacos, and they're not tacos, okay? They're chingaderas, okay? And I will fight anyone that actually considers them tacos. What is your aesthetic? I don't know, forest, roses, rain, graveyards. I actually have an aesthetic blog, and it's called Satan's Booty. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can check that out. Are you into any musical fan bases in general? Well, I'm not really into any like fandom or fan bases, I guess, like in anything. But musicals, I do really like musicals. I'm not too familiar with like Broadway ones, but one of my favorite musical films is The Devil's Carnival. And then the second one is Alleluia, The Devil's Carnival, I think. I really love those two. And there's this other one I'm really obsessed with, but I don't want to say which one it is because I want to make some animatics for it. So you guys will see that soon. How did you come up with your name, Honk PNG? So Honk PNG, I only have that on Instagram and on DeviantArt. And basically when I first made my Tumblr, I had the URL Honk because I was into Homestuck, and when I started doing drawings, I started signing them with Honk because, you know, I wanted to have like a signature, a watermark, or whatever. And then I never really expected back then to do so much art, but once I started getting like more attention, I guess, and I started making more art, I felt like I had to keep Honk, and I had to keep putting Honk in the drawings because, you know, they were already there and the other ones, so I just kind of went with it. And I'm not gonna lie, I really do regret it. I kind of hate having Honk as my name. I wish I had something more original, but I feel like it's too fucking late now. And like, I regret it, but I also don't care. So yeah. And then, well, Honk PNG, I had to put the PNG at the end because Honk was taken on DeviantArt and Instagram, so yeah. What pronouns do you prefer? Also, if you had one tip, what would it be? Pronouns, you can use any for me, because I am gender fluid, so they, she, he, anything is fine. And one tip, look, this world sucks, and we're all stuck here until we fucking die. But like, let's not make it even more miserable for each other. Like, just be kind. Don't be a dick. For no goddamn reason, you know? Do you own any pets? Well, I live with my mom, and she has like 6 dogs, but they're her dogs. Like, I don't consider them mine because I don't take care of them. What's your favorite season and why? Fall and winter because I love cold weather, and also it's you know, it's nice. It's around the time of my birthday, so you know. Biggest pet peeve. Um, when people feel entitled to tell me like what to do with anything that has to do with me, like with my art, with my body, with I don't know, with my life, basically. Like, who are you? Shut up. Um, what's your favorite color? Black, probably, and red, white, gray, blue. What is your favorite quality about yourself? Personality or physically? Um, well, for personality, none. Physically, none. No. I guess personality, I'm chill and I'm like open-minded, and I could be friends with anyone as long as they're not like a dick, you know? Um, so yeah, I guess I'm open to that. And physically, I don't know, I find myself a very like an attractive person. So, but like it's not bad, like, you know, we're not all going to be beautiful, so it's okay. But I guess physically I have a nice nose, maybe. I don't know. That's all I can think of. I like my nose, I guess. What music inspires you and helps motivate you to make art and work? What's a band or song that you think everyone should listen to? Music that inspires. Look, I am very open-minded to music. I will listen to anything, any genre, any language. I don't care. But right now, while I draw, I've been listening to a lot of Overwork. That's over, and then work is WERK, I think, Overwork. And it's like electronic music. Usually doesn't have, it's mostly like instrumental stuff, and it's really good, and I listen to that. Like, I listen to the whole, like they're all of the albums, and, I've also been listening to a lot of the Deer Hunter, and Deer is DEAR. And same with that. I've been listening to all of the songs. So yeah, I recommend those two. I would also recommend IMX, Man Man, and Caifanes. And yeah. What makes you laugh? I don't know, man. Stupid shit. What places do you want to visit one day? I'm not a big traveling person, but I would like to visit. I would like to go deeper into Mexico. So, but specifically, I want to go visit Teotihuacan and Chichen Itza. So yeah. So we're done with like the random and personal ones, and these are some OC stuff. Your OCs are really awesome. Thank you. It would be interesting to know what inspired you to create them. Well, my OCs, they're all very personal. Some of them are based on like specific experiences. Others are just exaggerations of certain like personality traits of mine. Others are based on people I've met. Some are like based on family members. Some are based on my fears. So yeah, they're all like very, very personal to me. What are your OC's favorite foods? Man, I don't fucking know. I have a lot of OCs and I haven't really thought about that. I will say that Vida loves tortas. Tortas de pavo. Oh my god, they're so good. Why do your OCs have names of stuff in Spanish? Well, not all of them. It's just that the main ones are based on the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, which are war, death, famine, and pestilence. So, you know, it's guerra, hambruna, muerte, and peste. And the reason they're in Spanish is because I wanted to have more like Mexican representation. So because I am Mexican and I rarely see myself and my family and, you know, my friends or whatever being represented. So I wanted to, I don't know, make them in Spanish. But yeah, I don't really want to get too into it because I'm just gonna go off. Who's your oldest and youngest OC? Within the context of the story and, you know, and that I've already made public, so a character that you guys already seen, I think the oldest is Kwashok. She's old as fuck. And the youngest is Vida. But the first of the main OCs, the first one I made was Alma. I made her back in like 2012, 2013. And the one that I've just most recently made, probably Peste or Muerte. They were new additions to the story. So yeah, that's pretty much all the OC stuff. So now we can get into the art stuff. I know this is what you guys mostly care about, so I'm just gonna get into it. How long have you been drawing? You know, pretty much all my life. I think literally like every little kid is always drawing. When did you start digital art? 2012 is when I first got my tablet, so that's when I consider it to like actually started doing more digital, because before that I would draw on the mouse. It would look like shit. How did you get inspired to do art, or who inspired you to do art? Back in like 2009, I listened to a Gorillaz song for the first time, and I checked out the music video, and I saw that they were like animated characters, and I was like, holy fuck, you know, like they're cartoon characters, but they're like, it's not a cartoon, so I thought it was really cool. But I didn't want to do art because I wanted to be an artist. It's just that I wanted to be like Gorillaz. Like, I wanted to be in a band that was like a cartoon band. Because back then I was like, you know, my dream has always been like to be a musician, but I suck. So like, you know, this is where I am now. But yeah, I started drawing because I wanted to be like Gorillaz, not because I wanted to be an artist. How long have you been doing art in serious terms, like trying to improve? I started taking art more seriously about 7 years ago, so 2010. That's when I was like, you know what? You know, art could be a cool career thing. I knew I wanted to get into it, but at the time I didn't know what I wanted to be. I just knew that I wanted to get better at art. How did your art style develop? Well, just through the years, I've seen a lot of different artists, and I've kind of just adopted little techniques or, you know, the way they draw things or little features that they do, and I've just put them all into one and made my own style out of it. That's how I do it. What got you to start doing lineless art? Well, before like 2 years ago, I didn't know what a stabilizer was on Paint Tool Sci, so all my lines were always like very, very shaky. So at one point I was just like, fuck it, and I started doing lineless stuff, like a lineless painting style, and I found it more relaxing in a way. I wasn't stressing about like how clean it was, and I kind of liked it messy, and I don't know, it was easier, I guess. How did you get into the art community in general? When did you first realize that art could be your thing? Back in 2011, let's say, or 2012, I was on Tumblr and I saw that a lot of people would post fan art, and I liked it, but I was very shy and nervous and I had a lot of anxiety. So I started posting some drawings under a fake name, and I would get like a little, just a few notes, but those notes like kind of really made me want to keep going. And then one day I just got the courage to actually post on my main account, and a few people reblogged it and were encouraging, and I just kept going from there. Like, I felt validated in a way. So yeah, and then when I first realized that art could be my thing, back in 2000, it was around the same time, 2011. I watched Kung Fu Panda 2, and it was a dark time for me, honestly. I was in a really, really bad place back then. So when I watched that movie, like, it made me feel better, and it was animated, and I liked how, there was the storytelling, the art style. I liked everything about it, and I was like, I want to do this. I want to tell stories through like cartoons and stuff, like, because it doesn't always have to be like super childish stuff. Like, it could be very powerful. So yeah, that's when I was like, this is my thing. I want to tell stories through art. And I'm still trying to work on that. I'm not very, I don't know, I don't really have a lot of interesting stories to tell, but my OCs are, like I said before, are based on myself and my experiences. So, I'm starting somewhere. Any tips for fellow artists? My general tip is just experiment and practice a lot. Like, don't fucking give up. We all suck at first, just keep trying. Any advice for coloring skin, hair, or anything in general? Well, I have a few videos on how I color skin and hair, so like, just watch those. I'll put the links in the description. Do you have any advice for proportions or anatomy in general? I'd say practice the basic first, like, reference real life people, real life anatomy and stuff like that first, so you can get an idea of the basics. And then once you get that down, you can try to like stylize it, but just so you get like all the proportions right. I don't know if that made any sense. What's your best tip for coloring? I don't know, man. Just fucking do whatever. Do whatever feels good to you. What advice do you have for artists who have reached an art block? My main tip is just take a break. I feel like that's what works the best. Take a break, watch something new, like watch a new show or a new movie or something. But if you want to keep drawing, I guess reference like real life stuff, poses, like just draw basic stuff. Take requests maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever taken any art classes? Just once in 9th grade. I had art 1 and I failed. Yeah. Did you go to art school? And if you are not old enough yet, are you planning to? I am old enough. I'm 21. No, I did not go to art school, and I'm not planning to. What's your opinion on art classes and art schools? I don't feel like I'm qualified to like have an opinion on this. But I'm not into them. I feel like the only valuable thing they can offer is like maybe getting to know people in the business. But everything else I feel like you can learn on the internet. But like I said, I haven't gone there, and I don't know. My opinion shouldn't be taken seriously. But yeah. What got you into your coloring and drawing style? What was your inspiration? Like I said before, I just throughout the years I just found artists whose art styles and coloring techniques I liked. So I just combined it and created whatever I have now. What artists have inspired you? None that really come to mind. Like I said, like I don't know. There's really no specific one. Whose art are you really into? Look, if I follow you, I'm into your art. That's just plain and simple. So like anyone that I follow on Instagram, you can check them out, because if I follow them, it's because I'm into their art. What brush settings do you use? I have the painting process videos where you can see my brush settings, and they're gonna be in the description, so you can see them there. What's the hardest thing about being an artist with a large following? Well, you know, I do get a little bit more attention, I guess, but surprisingly, like, not enough to overwhelm me. I guess the hardest thing at first was trying to post regularly, because I felt like I owed it to people, to my followers. But nowadays I don't really care. It's like I care more about, you know, my health and taking a break and stuff. So like, I don't know. You know, I'm not really overwhelmed, which is nice. What do you like about doing art? I guess I like the validation I get sometimes, especially when I do original character stuff, because like I've mentioned a bunch of times, they are very personal, and so when people tell me they like them, you know, it feels nice because they are a part of me. And yeah. What's your favorite thing about your art? I like how you can tell, like if you look at my fan art, it's very kind of colorful and pretty, but if you look at my original character stuff, it's more dark and dull and stuff, and I like the contrast, that you can tell what I'm doing for others and what I'm doing for myself. Yeah. What or who is your favorite thing to draw? Again, my characters. My favorite character to draw is probably Vida. I think she's maybe the easiest. I like drawing Alma too. Let me see. Tablets you recommend besides Wacom? I don't know. Wacom is the only type of tablet I've ever used. When you draw, what type of feelings do you get when you're in a drawing streak? I don't know, dude, because when I'm drawing, I listen to music, and what I feel most is like the music. Like, I'm really into the music. I'm not really even into the drawing. So I don't know. I put on music and I just start singing, and I just like kind of lose myself in the music. I don't even pay attention to when I'm drawing sometimes. What are your favorite features to draw or colors to work with? My favorite features are eyes and lips, and my favorite colors to work with are probably blue. Yeah, blue and purple, but I don't like the color purple, but it's kind of easy to work with. But my favorite one is blue. What would you say are your artistic strengths and weaknesses? Well, my strengths, I guess I've never really had a problem with same face syndrome. In the contrary, I feel like every time I try to draw a character, it looks different, even like if I'm trying to draw like the same character. So yeah, I feel like it's good that I've never dealt with that. And my weaknesses, okay, I can't draw backgrounds. I suffer from same pose syndrome. I don't really do a lot of, you know, extreme poses or lighting, or dramatic lighting or shading. Yeah, I have a lot of weaknesses and I'm working on it. What do you find most difficult to draw in a figure or portrait? Masculine features. But I am trying to get better. Especially because I have male OCs, so I need to make them more masculine. What's the ugliest thing you've ever drawn? Well, besides all my old art, no, but recently I made a drawing of one of my characters, Peste, but you know, he's supposed to be ugly, and yeah, he's an ugly boy, but I love him. How do you find motivation to keep on drawing? Well, honestly, I feel I'm not a very motivated person. I don't really have like aspirations or anything. But you know, I'm still stuck here. And art is like the only thing I'm actually good at, so I draw it, and you know, I do like it, but it's kind of like I can't do anything else, so I have to do it, you know? That sounds sad, but I promise it's not. And finally, okay. How do you deal with people that copy your art style? Not repost your work, but draw in your style with the freckles and all of that, and claim it's their style. Well, okay, there's a lot of things to this. When people repost my work, I know that's not what you said, but I just want to mention this. When people repost my work, I get really mad. I used to get really anxious. Now I just get kind of mad because I have to waste my time to report them. But people who copy my art style, well, I don't own freckles, so I can't really like be upset when people draw freckles on their characters and stuff. But I mean, I've had this conversation so many times on Instagram specifically, but like there's a difference between inspiration and imitation. I think it's okay to be inspired by other artists and do what I did, which is get, you know, take techniques or features from artists to put them into your own style. But what I mean is take from a lot of different artists to create something new. What I don't feel is okay is basically copying just one artist. Like if you can't tell who drew it, like I don't think that's okay. Like I don't think that's very unique. I don't think you're really finding yourself. I'm not gonna be mad. I can't really stop you if you try to copy my art. And like I said, it's okay if you want to do some of the things I do. But if you aim to imitate everything I do, I think that's a huge disservice to yourself, because I don't know, I feel like you will never find yourself, and you're probably just gonna have a bunch of people always telling you like, hey, your art reminds me of Hunk, and at first that might be nice and it might feel like good to be compared to me, but at one point you're just gonna be like, I don't want to be Hunk, you know? I feel like I'm rambling with this, but you know,
I don't know, get inspired by a lot of different artists. Don't just aim to copy one artist, is what I'm saying. Now that's just talking about style. But if you heavily reference one of my drawings and then post it and claim it as yours, that does also upset me because, you know, obviously I can't claim a pose and I can't claim like the character I made fan art of, but I did spend time on coming up with it, and you know, I created it from zero, from imagination. And if you just look at that drawing and then remake it, and then claim it as your own, I don't feel like that's very original, and I don't feel like that's okay. Again, I can't really stop you, but if you're gonna do it, at least let me know and, you know, credit me if you're gonna heavily reference something I already made. Just don't, if you're copying or referencing, credit people, you know, or ask them permission first. I'd prefer you ask me first if you're gonna do it, because then I'm not surprised by it. But you know, at least credit it. It just seems like the right thing to do. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say, and there are no more questions. So yeah, I'm just yeah, we're gonna stop there. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far and you actually watched the whole goddamn video, I love you. You're my favorite kind of person. But yeah, this was fun. I liked talking. I liked answering your questions. If you have any more, you can leave a comment and I will answer in the comment section. I probably will make another Q&A video in a while. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. I guess I don't have, I know some like people have like a wish list for their birthdays or for the holidays or something. I don't have one of those, but like if you wanna do something cool for me, I have on the description links to my PayPal, to my coffee, so you can buy me a coffee, to my Patreon. I love getting new patrons, and you also get to get something back from supporting me. So, you know, those are some options, and you absolutely don't have to spend any money on me. You can also, if you want, draw one of my OCs and tag me, or just wish me happy birthday if you want, and you know, that'd be cool too. God, I'm just gonna stop. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you for, you know, another year of putting up with me. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'm just really grateful for you guys. Just thank you, and thank you patrons for the support. Your support really means a lot to me. And yeah, thanks again for watching the video, and thanks to those who sent me some questions. But that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you guys later.